Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks. This is Cass. I'm back with another story. And a noisy cat. I don't know if you can hear that cat. This cat is very vocal. Oh, meow. She wants out, but it's raining and windy. So she's just going to have to sit there and cry. Oh. Anyway. So. I'm saving my big story for tomorrow. This story is it's the story I like telling. I've told almost everybody, especially around Halloween, and I've even written a school paper about it. So, I had a bit of trouble figuring out the story for today, because I'm almost out of interesting stories. But my girlfriend, while talking to her about this, gave me a really good suggestion, and I don't know why I didn't think about it. I don't know why I didn't do the study for this before I started talking about it. But I'll probably look it up and put it down at the bottom later. But there's this phenomena that goes there's like a number or a word or something that you heavily recognize, and once you've established this number or this word, you will see it everywhere, mainly because you're looking for it. So I've been plagued with this number before. It's not 23 like the movie. It's a different number. I'll get into that in a minute. There's this online game, well, it's more of like a forum, that I used to frequent when I was a teenager. It's called Neopets. Every now and then they have an event that they change a couple things on their page, and they leave clues for people to find. I stopped trying to do these events. This was like the third one, and this is the reason why I stopped. I'll get into that on a different episode. Not one of these personal story episodes, but I'm actually going to be doing a review / let's play of Neopets, if it's still up. I haven't been there in years. So, I wonder if I still remember my login. I'm pretty sure the password's completely different than what I usually use. I'm editing that out. Anyway. And I was able to find this hidden page, zone, room, something. And it had numbers all over the floor. So we were trying to figure out what those numbers were. And I was like, you know what? I bet you add those numbers together, and somewhere on the page you put that into the web address. So I jotted down all the numbers and I added them all together, and I came up with 311. And I was like, I wonder what this means. A friend next to me flips out. This is the number that has been haunting him too. And I was like, what's so significant about this number? So he told me, 11 is the 11th number of the English alphabet is a K. So, and from the number 11 is a 3. So 3 Ks. K, K, K. For those who don't know, that's the Ku Klux Klan. And they're a group of people that are fighting, or at least fought, for white supremacy, which, as a disclaimer, I don't agree with. First of all, I'm going to do this in another video about racism, but I'm white. Look, I think that's inferior if you're going to go by just the skin color, because everyone else has color to their skin. It's like arguing what's a better picture. A sheet of white paper or a a Van Gogh painting. Which would you rather look at? Alright, so I'm probably going to get some hate for that one. But I don't care, that's how I see it. So that's only the beginning. There's been a lot of cases where I would be doing some math or something and it would come out to 311, and I was like, oh, okay, I recognize that number. One time we went to these friends that was being haunted by the number, and we woke him up and he's like, oh god, what time is it? What time is it? I thought he was like upset that he slept through something, but right when he looked at the clock switched to 3:11. So later on, we're no longer children, and something really weird started happening. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it vaguely in my paranormal video, but I would start having dreams, and I would wake up, look at the time, and it's 3:11. Every now and then, it's just look at the clock, it's 3:11. But we started noticing a bigger pattern. When we look at the clock and notice that it was 3:11, it was at night. And yes, sometimes we'd be up that late. We would wake up from our sleep for no good reason, and it would be 3:11. So the weirdest part, I would have to say, I was talking with one of my friends at college, and they were trying to get into this place, but everything was happening bad for them. Like, their mother got in an accident or something, and then went to the hospital, so that prevented from seeing the house. The applications to rent the place came up missing. Just like a bunch of random stuff, and we were talking about it, and he's getting frustrated. And then he receives a call in the middle of break saying like they're finally able to get everything together and they're willing to see him the next day. He hangs up and we were talking about it. I asked him, it's like, so where was it? I'm not going to tell the street, but the address coincidentally was 311. And I was like, I told him the story about the 311. So we stopped for a minute and we realized it was the month of March. We looked at our clock and the date was March 10th. So he was going to see the person at the address of 311 on March the 11th at 3 o'clock. I told him, it's like, dude, either change the day or arrive there extremely early. Do not arrive there at 3:11 o'clock, because that would be 3 of them. 3 KKK instances. So he canceled and he was looking for another place because he was thoroughly creeped out by the coincidence of those numbers. So I hope that story was entertaining for you. I don't have many more stories after tomorrow's stories, so I would like to keep this series going at least as long as I don't have my computer up, which hopefully is not going to be that much longer. So until tomorrow, stay white and nerdy. Bye-bye. It won't turn off.